What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., the economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. Remember that new videos come out here on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. I will keep you up to date with everything going on here. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Well, the Senate finally passed a bill long overdue. Check this out. But there's something still waiting. I'll tell you here in a second.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 49, and the joint resolution is passed.
Yeah, so the Senate Democrats raised the debt ceiling here after the filibuster deal. You can see here that 50 Democrats voted yes, 49 Republicans voted no. In this final vote in the Senate, they did not need the vice president to step in for the 51st vote. They just needed a simple majority, so they did not need vote number 51 because they had the simple majority. However, it's not done yet. That's right. It's not done yet. Senate Democrats approved debt ceiling by $2.5 trillion. This will extend it into 2023. But note this final detail here. The House has to follow now. So the Senate has passed this bill. Previously, the procedural vote has been passed. Now they have to send it over to the House yet tonight. And, well, the details I'm getting here is that you can see here, Senate passes debt ceiling increase, sending it to the House hours before the deadline. If you haven't been paying attention, or you're new to the channel, or you're not sure what the debt ceiling is or the debt limit, it literally means that our country could default and literally run out of money, a first time ever. And, well, December 15th is the date, the first estimated date that they could default on. Well, it has to go to the House here, and here's the House right now. They're actually debating here on the House floor on some other motions, okay? They're working on the January 6th, things like that right now. They're working on all sorts of other issues, right? And here is they're working on this Mark Meadows contempt of Congress resolution right now, right? A whole big fiasco there. And here's the House schedule for tonight. They have a whole big schedule voted here tonight. And they got a full schedule here tonight. And you can see here, they have put a memo here in tonight here that members are advised that multiple votes are vote series and late votes are expected today. And a double asterisk says, let's see if I can zoom this in here a little bit for you guys here. Members are further advised that the House is expected to consider legislation related to the debt limit today, pending timing of Senate action of on the legislation, which is now passed. It is possible that the House may need to meet tomorrow on the debt limit. This is literally from the majorityleader.gov government website, Steny Hoyer's government website. They may actually vote on this tomorrow, which is actually considered the X date, the date that the government could default on. I'm reading it to you right here, guys, from Steny Hoyer's House Majority Leader page floor schedule in today's latest episode of You Can't Make This Up. Yeah. So the Senate's passed it, but as you guys know about bills, the House and the Senate have to pass it, and then they have to send it to the president. Guess they're not in that much of a hurry. Now remember that the December 15th is an estimated date. How close they are to actually running out of money in the Treasury checking account, well, who knows? Maybe they have calling up Janet Yellen, and maybe there's a couple mil left in the Treasury checking account. Maybe there's 10 million left, 20 million, 1 million, 100 million. Who knows how much is left in there? So the House is saying they might vote on it tonight. You seen that asterisk right there on the screen? They might vote on it tomorrow. Guess they're not in that much of a hurry. So not only do they wait until the last minute, but they might actually wait until past the last minute at this point. Yeah. Can't make this stuff up. It's literally insane. Literally insane. So um come tomorrow's episode, we may have headlines that the government defaulted. I don't know. Um I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility because tomorrow is what most people consider December 15th is the first possible date of a government default. And well, it says right here that pending timing of the Senate legislation, it is possible that the House may need to meet tomorrow on the debt limit. Ah, I don't know what they're doing over there. You would think that this would be like the first thing they do. Like you would think that like, all right, we're gonna pause what we're doing here, or like put it next in line. Like we're gonna finish up what we're doing here, and we're going to put the debt limit next in line. We want to make sure that the country doesn't default. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Uh, yeah. Also, speaking on the Build Back Better package, the stimulus package, here is Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer giving us an update on that here today. Check this out. Also, I just moved my sign back there to so you could actually see the H in Happy Holidays. I just noticed that the tree was hiding the H. So let me know if that was driving you crazy for the first half of the video. If you have OCD and that was driving you crazy, my apologies. But nonetheless, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate from our family to yours early. Happy holidays.
And on a parallel track, the Senate's moving forward on the reconciliation process so we can vote on President Biden's Build Back Better Act before the Christmas holiday. Committees that received reconciliation instructions have been submitting their final text to the parliamentarian, the Congressional Budget Office, and to our Republican counterparts. Throughout the week, both Republicans and Democrats will hold bipartisan birdbath meetings with the parliamentarian. Meanwhile, I will also continue to meet with my colleagues, and I know the President will also continue discussions with them as we hammer out the final details of Build Back Better.
You can see here behind the scenes, Democrats still need to get the sign off from the Senate parliamentarian, Elizabeth McDonough, a nonpartisan Senate referee. She's a non elected official as well, before they can bring the spending bill to the floor to try to start debate. Quote, committees that have received reconciliation instructions have begun submitting their final text to the Senate parliamentarian. The CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, and to our Republican counterparts, said Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York. Quote, throughout the week, both Republicans and Democrats will hold bipartisan birdbath meetings with the parliamentarian, referring to Elizabeth McDonough. And get this, a Senate Democrat leadership aide said that the staff for all 12 of the committees had finished the Democrat-only meetings with Elizabeth McDonough was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. Wow. So, yeah, our thoughts and prayers go out to her. Yeah, I hope she gets a quick recovery. Also, the Federal Reserve is having a big meeting here tomorrow on Wednesday. They are expected to end their bond buying program sooner than expected in March and to start raising interest rates here next year sooner than expected as well. And the stock markets are preparing for this. This is kind of expected, but the stock markets could be shaky, and this could raise interest rates as well going forward. Interest rates on credit cards, interest rates on home mortgages, interest rates on cars, interest rates on pretty much anything you pay interest rates on. But this also could help curb inflation as well. This is one of the tools that the Fed has to help curb inflation. So it's kind of a double edged sword. And the government is expected to start raising interest rates, but not too much, because when the Fed raises interest rates, the government has to pay more interest as well. So it's a double-edged sword. Now, if you have money in savings, you're expected to get a little bit more money paid to you in savings. So there is that as well, but it's just going to go up a little bit, just a little bit at a time here. Interest rates are probably going to go up a couple times next year, is what the market is expecting. Now, if the economy gets crushed next year, they could stop that. So this is what is expected next year. It doesn't mean for sure that it will happen. So keep that in mind, especially with the new Omicron variant and the pandemic still raging on. I mean, cases are still like at 100,000 cases per day, and over 1,000 people per day dying on average. Um, yeah, new Omicron is just the CDC just announced that they think that 3% of the cases now in the U.S. could be Omicron. So it's coming really really fast here. So who knows what 2020, if 2022 is like 2021? God help us, right? Can you imagine? Let me ask you in the comments. Do you think? I mean, 2020 was like the start of the pandemic, which really started in March, right? So that was almost the whole year, 9 months out of the year, right? And everybody thought that 2021, that the virus would be gone, and here we are, all 2021, the virus is still here. We're at 100,000 cases per day now on average, over 1,000 people dying per day on average. It's still here, full blown. We have a new variant coming in here now, and the economy very, very shaky at this point, right? Do you think 2022? How do you think 2022 is going to be? Do you think we're going to be sitting here next Christmas still dealing with this virus full blown? Do you think we're going to be a lot better? Do you think we're still going to be dealing with this full blown? Do you think we're still going to be taking booster shots? Do you think we're going to be doing yearly booster shots? What do you think? Where do you think we're going to be next Christmas? Very interesting to think about that. If you kind of think about that here, yeah, it's pretty interesting. If we think about this last Christmas here, where were we? Were we just thinking about doing our first shots? Yeah, let me think about that here. So last Christmas was right after the presidential election, and Biden hadn't come into office yet, but it was after the election because that was in November, if I recall correctly. And the whole controversy about the election, right? And Operation Warp Speed was going down. So I think the first shots were still rolling out, right? And yeah, so the first shots were still rolling out. There was no booster shot at all, and now they're considering even more booster shots. Yeah, so where do you think we'll be a year from now? Do you think this virus will be around forever? Do you think it's going to be like the flu virus or the common cold? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we'll be here a year from now. It'll be interesting to see what we're talking about on YouTube here, or on our YouTube channel here a year from now, right? Um, yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. Do you think we'll have big Social Security raises passed here a year from now? What do you think? Very interesting to think here. Yeah, just kind of thinking through that here is kind of really interesting, right? Yeah. And you got to think it's a pandemic. It's just like it's not something we could just say, "All right, we've solved the problem," right? And you kind of think when you think about in the past, you think about like the Spanish flu and all those terrible things that have happened in the past, right? It's just if there was just a way to solve it, right? I mean, we would, right? It's not something that is just easily solved. I mean, I think with modern medicine, we're trying our best, right? We're trying our best, but what else do you do? What else do you do, right? You just kind of do what's best, what you think for your family, and do your best. And if you think about the vaccines, right? They were first developed underneath Trump, the Republican, and now they're the same. It's basically the same vaccine, right? Underneath Biden, they haven't changed the vaccines at all. Of course, Biden's pushing on. I mean, I guess the booster's a little different under Moderna. It's half the dose. Um, but I mean, basically, it's the same vaccine, right? So it was developed underneath Trump, Operation Warp Speed, or Trump's presidency, right? I mean, it's developed by Pfizer and Moderna, right? I mean, you get what I'm saying here, right? Trump didn't actually develop it, right? But you get what I'm saying here, right? It was developed underneath Trump's presidency by Pfizer and Moderna, Johnson and Johnson, and now underneath Biden's presidency, it's still being pushed. And modern medicine, right? I mean, they're just doing the best they can, right? And it's just kind of running its course. And here we are. We've just passed 800,000 deaths here in the United States. Yeah, 50 million cases. Let me look that up. Yeah, wow. When you look at this, yeah, yesterday we had 202,000 new cases yesterday. Wow. That's terrible. 120,000 new cases is a 7-day average. Woo. That's really bad. I mean, that's a lot. And new deaths here yesterday 1,292, and the 7-day average is 1,271 every single day here. Yeah. December 8th, 1851. Yeah, and when we look here, yeah, the U.S. has passed 50 million cases and 798,000 deaths. I actually seen a report that we just crossed over 800,000 deaths. Yeah, that's crazy. And when you divide that 800,000 divided by 50 million, that's 1.6%. So basically, out of everybody that catches it, 1.6% of people die in the US. So, yeah, almost 2% of people that catch the virus die. That's to me that's scary. If you think about if you know 100 people, out of 100 friends that you know, if 100 of them catch it, almost 2% of them die. That's really scary to me personally. I mean, you can let me know if you think that's scary. But to me, that's really scary. If I have 100 friends and all 100 of them catch the virus, two of them are going to die, or 1.6 of them. I mean, it's just kind of rounding here, right? That's really scary to think that two of my friends and family are going to die from this virus. 800,000 people in the U.S. have died from this. That's really scary to me personally. And when we look at worldwide here, over 5 million people, 5.3 million people have died. And we're nowhere close to it being over. We're nowhere close to being over. I think it's only a matter of time here to we're over 1 million people in the US that have died. Well, on a happier note here, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We're going to be opening, or not, well, we're going to be opening that box here, but we're also going to be starting that What's in the Box contest this week. I'm going to be giving away $2,000 in total. And so get a piece of paper and a pad ready. I'm going to be giving you 10 clues to guess what's in that box. If you've watched the channel here before, We just did it last month. We gave away $1,000. This month for the holidays, we're going to be giving away $2,000. So the way it works is there's gonna be an item in that box, and if you can guess what's in that box, you could win money directly from me. I'll give you more clues and how it works here later this week. But the clues are gonna start this week, so don't miss any videos at this point. New videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to subscribe to our channel, and it's completely free. Just literally click subscribe if you haven't yet. And click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get reminder notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country with this next stimulus package, as well as state stimulus going on here, and everything you need to know about on a daily basis. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And let's hope the House passes the bill tonight, or there's no unintended consequences if they don't. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.